Good afternoon. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt again with the American Orthodontic Society, and I want to talk to you a little bit about using deciduous teeth. We've used them in the past to do a lot of things, especially as anchorage, and you can push things forward with them and that's what I want to do on this case. It's a mild class 3 case, and I'm just going to show you part of the material, where we do the work, and we'll leave a lot of it out, so make it a little bit more shorter so it won't bother you. Now this is a deciduous molar that we removed. I'll show you we're removing it in this video, but we used the deciduous molars to actually push the front teeth forward. Now this was a mild class 3 case, and we felt that we could get some use out of these deciduous teeth, and we started it early. Now you look at the parents and make sure that none of the parents are just really raunchy bad class 3, because it'll grow out from under you down the line, usually if they inherit the class 3 problem, which many of them do. So I'm going to show you the first thing off here would be the the Panrex of this I think it was a young man, and the cuspids are coming in over the laterals. So these are permanent laterals. That's centrals and laterals, and the cuspid is coming in over the laterals. You see this one over here. I'll erase that so you can see the tooth, and it did not resorb the roots of the deciduous cuspid. It should have been coming down like this. So you got a problem in there where the class 3 problem, you can see on the Panrex where I had them bite together, the lower molar is too far forward out here, maybe something like that, and on both sides it's forward. So we've got just a mild class 3 case that we will try to get some anchorage from these deciduous teeth right in here, and we go ahead and bracket these teeth and put spring in there and open this up. Now not on the lower but on the upper, we're going to try to push these teeth forward in here and use the deciduous teeth to do it. Now on the bottom we took up what space we could, like you got a little extra space in here and a little extra space over here, so we try to keep the bottom back as far as we can and then push the upper. It was just a slight overjet on the case, and the parents didn't have any bad problems, so we go after it that way. Now down the line, in a case like this, frequently we will remove the lower wisdom teeth but leave the upper wisdom teeth to push on the upper more. So these are some little tricks you use in dealing with this type of case. Now I'm going to show you the next Panrex here that we take. We have taken the deciduous tooth out right here, and we've put braces on the deciduous teeth. Now here are the brackets on the deciduous teeth right here, and we've got a spring in here. You can see this spring, and it's pushing forward, and this wire goes all the way back into the 6-year molar on both sides, and we got spring in here moving the 4 anterior teeth forward in this, and we took the deciduous tooth out. Now the permanent cuspid is kind of angling down as we move these teeth forward. You see we got a pretty good space right in here to do this, and we use the deciduous teeth to do that. So don't be, some people I've been to places and spoken where they said, oh, never touch, they don't do anything to deciduous teeth, but you can use them. And I have used them for years and never run into any problem with it. So we'll look at it now again. Now this is a little later, it's 3 of 84, and those cuspids are coming right in place. This one will hit here. We've got this, and we'll bring them down into this area right here. Now we're pushing on this, and we probably will use some class 3 elastics too in doing this to help pull these teeth back here in the front a little bit and kind of push these forward up here in the anterior teeth forward. So this is a way of dealing with a mild class 3 case. But be sure you look at the parents, man. To me, that's one of the most important things. I never found a class 3 that I couldn't find somebody in the family that had a class 3 problem. I've seen it jump generations, and the grandfather on the side once was the one that was class 3. It was just like his granddaughter, but neither the parents had the class 3 problem, but it jumped the whole generation and was showing up like that. Now I'm going to show you a few other deals where we had this in the mouth now, and you can see the spring pushing on those teeth, and they're using the deciduous teeth. We put a expanding arch where you see this loop would be real narrow to start with. I mean, it would be just a little narrow thing, but now we open it up, you see, like this, and that's pushing from the molar all the way down, and the deciduous teeth are being shoved back against the molar, and that's pushing them back some and these teeth forward, and we were able to get the upper anterior teeth over the lower anterior teeth. Let's see on the other side, it's almost the same thing. We've opened that gap for the cuspid, and a lot of times we'll come in with a little class 3 elastics now and close this space up with the cuspids right behind that, and then we'll early on we'll eliminate the wisdom teeth on the lower arch. Normally we would keep them. If it's real bad, you know, we would come in here and take the 6-year molars out and treat the case that way. And if it had parents that were that like that. Let me go back here. I better erase this and show you. Now we look at it, and we've got plenty of space for these cuspids. You see this spring has pushed these teeth back against the molar. The archwire itself is expanding in here, and we've managed to get these teeth over on the right side. They're over the lower anterior teeth. Let's see. Now here's the lower. Now as the lower came in, you will have to kind of pull this back a little bit. We're going to have some extra space in here on this deciduous tooth. It'll go back. Now this is not the lower tooth. This is showing from the upper. This is a mirror shot. So this is the 6-year molars, and we've got some eBay space here. We're going to back these teeth up and probably use some class 3 elastics doing that. And we took the wisdom teeth out on the bottom, treating the case. So here we are over on the right side of the teeth, and we're going to try to keep that. And is in the second phase of this, we'll probably come in and put. So this is a kind of a first phase part that you would be doing in the orthodontics. And it's a lot better to start these early when you see these problems, but look at the cause of it now. Try to figure out what the cause is if you can. It may be oversized tongue or some habit they've got, or it may be genetic. And the genetic causes sometimes on young men don't show up until they're about 20 years old, or maybe 21. I've had them go off to college and then their bottom jaw grew out, where they were just edge to edge. And that's happened to me several times, and I'd always find somebody in the family that was that way. Okay, the same thing over here, and then we got the cuspids in and filled in behind there. And now I wanted to show you the deciduous teeth became very loose in here. In other words, they lost all their root structure. In other words, the permanent tooth, the cells that go along in front, eat the dentin away completely, and they'll be kind of hollowed out. These deciduous teeth will be hollowed out with real thin enamel, but the resorptive cells do not mess with the enamel. They don't eat the enamel away. I reached in here and just flipped those out, put a little topical anesthetic, and we cleaned that one up and gave it to the child. They kind of take that tooth that you put the bracket on as a kind of a special tooth. I had the ladies clean this up and clean it out, and that was the tooth you saw the picture of to start. Now we hold that space open with that up bend archwire. In other words, we made the space in here, and we can keep the space like we want it by how we do the legs of this upper bend archwire. Now over here we had teeth in here, so we just kept the spring on that side. Now we've got just starting out on the bottom arch, so we're starting the second phase of this actually before we finish the first phase. And that's what you run into every once in a while, doing first and second phase orthodontics on people. And so there we're holding that open while those teeth come in. We keep that set in there, and we get this person chewing and get the cusp going down in these grooves, and where they fit together real good, that tends to hold this jaw out in place. And so this is something you might be interested in doing. And then is the permanent 6-year molars are in, and the second molars are in. On the bottom now we're going to come back in and eliminate this so there won't be any pressure, but we've got it far enough where we think we can make it through the case. And these are interesting cases. You have to kind of do this a little bit to kind of see what possibly will happen. And that's the end of it. So I hope you pick up something from this video, and I hope you'll join our group and subscribe to our videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll say goodbye and close this thing out. Thank you now a lot. Bye-bye.